Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a summertime get ready with me / let's go shopping at Sephora and Ulta to see what's new, and then I'll have a whole video with a try on coming next. I'm excited. And the reason I'm getting ready to go to Sephora and Ulta is because it is so hot out now and I am in the mood for like put together makeup with protection but also lightweight. I don't want heavy makeup on my face. If anyone's wondering why I'm this flushed, it's because I was just outside. It's 82 degrees. I wasn't in direct sunlight. I was under like a roof thing. It doesn't matter. It is hot. It is so hot. Anyways, I'm getting ready to go back out into the heat so that we can go to Sephora and Ulta to see what's new. There's a lot of new products that I am interested in seeing in person, that I'm interested in smelling, that I'm interested in swatching for you, like the new Dior stick blushes, for example, and also that I'm of course interested in purchasing so I can try it here on my channel. One more thing, how cute are my press-on nails? These are the most fun, the most beautiful for the summertime, and these are Glamnetics press-ons. Remember I showed you guys a little haul of Glamnetic nails? These are some of those I bought. They're like 3D design nails. I'm obsessed, okay? They look so good. Anyways, I'm gonna start with gelling up my brows, which, by the way, I over trimmed my brows the other day, so they look a little bit sparse back here because I cut out too much, but that's okay. I'm just going to fill them in a little extra back here. And so the makeup I want to do today is very lightweight, very summer friendly, and not heavy at all, but I do still want to wear my SPF. I like the chemical SPF, by the way, which is the one that doesn't have a white cast and not as good for you apparently, but it feels lightweight and not suffocating. And so it encourages me to wear SPF because the mineral one, I just can't be convinced to wear it. None of the ones I've tried. That's another product I want to see at Sephora and try actually. Merit Beauty has new SPF 50 tints with like a huge array of shades. Maybe I can find someone with a dark complexion to swatch it for me so I can show you what that would look like in case that's helpful. I want to see those and feel them and see if they're any different, but for the most part, all of the SPF products I usually try that are mineral feel suffocating. I'm just gonna fill them in a little with my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. Okay, the brows are filled, and I also plucked some of the more offensive brow hairs that were very visible and some of the chin hairs. Do you guys ever notice that if you have any hairs that grow in this area, which I have a handful of, sometimes they just grow with a vengeance. Sometimes you don't see them for a while, and sometimes they just grow with a vengeance. You look at your face one day and everything seems normal, and the next day you look at your chin again and the hair is like half a centimeter out and you're like, when did you even get here? Because that's how I feel sometimes. Anyone? Is that relatable to anyone? Let me know in the comment section. Anyways, dying to put some moisture on, and I'm going to of course use my trusty Murad Hydration SPF 50 moisturizer, which I have been non-stop using throughout summer. I'm going to do double SPF actually because I'm also going to use a tint with a high coverage. Here's how that sinks in. And this is the skin tint I'm going to use. This is the Supergoop Protect Tint SPF 50 in the shade, I think it's 4, but the number is worn off. And so I'm just going to add it just like so and blend it in with a sponge. That was too much, but I didn't put any on my forehead just in case. I love this skin tint because it doesn't feel super heavy. It has SPF 50 and it'll cover my redness a fair amount. I'm even taking it through my eyelids and under eyes. Now in my lightweight makeup mission I have in my mind, I'm not wearing any powder. There's only one concealer I can trust to not crease under my eyes without powder, and that is the one from Westman Atelier. So that's the one I'm going to be reaching for, and hopefully my vision can come to life. We'll see. I want to feel hydrated and I want my makeup to be extremely lightweight, which in my mind right now means I'm not even going to wear powder, so we'll see. Here's my Westman Atelier concealer in shade L4. I do want to do a bit of color corrector. I'm going to use my LC01 brush from Refer and my Charlotte color corrector in medium and just lightly tap right here on the under eye area and inner corner. And then I'm going to try my Westman Atelier concealer and blend it in with the sponge. At this point in my makeup routine, I'm starting to doubt whether or not I can go without powder because I don't know if this is the vision right now. Maybe my vision comes from looking at overly filtered faces online. Maybe it's not a realistic vision. I'm going to keep going though. I have my Rare Beauty contour right here and I'm going to do one dot on each side, just kind of distributing the dot nicely. And I'm also going to do 2 dots on the forehead and 1 dot on the jawline. I have my Refer LC01 with me and I'm just going to blend it with it. I think I look darker on camera than I do in real life, so I'm gonna see if I can fix that. This brightness is much more realistic than what I was looking like before because it looked too dark. I have my Westman Atelier bronzer with me and I think I want to do a little bit of it just to warm up some parts of my face. This is my Soleil Parfait 2. It's a shade from my Westman Atelier liquid bronzer. And I'm just going to do like a drop of it, not much at all. And I'm going to use the same brush I was using for the contour and add a little extra on my forehead and cheeks as well as the nose. And then I'm going to blend it. For blush, I want to use this Fui blush. I'm going to link it below in the shade Without. I'm obsessed with it. I'm going to blend it out with this brush from IT Cosmetics. And that was a lot, so I'm going to actually clean it off on my palm before I apply it to my cheek. But it gives the most natural, blurred, beautiful flush. I'm dumbfounded by the way this blurs your cheeks. So beautiful. Checking on under eye creases to see if I can leave my house with no powder. I think we're good still. I'm going to go for something I never go for, and that is eyeshadow sticks, because I don't hate eyeshadow sticks. I just don't usually go for them because for the most part I do prefer powder, but I'm against powder today. I don't want powder. I don't want anything heavy on my face, and that includes my eyes. So I just did that little smudge there and I'm going to blend that through the crease a bit just to add a bit of dimension back here. And I'm using a Refer number 1 to blend it because why not? By the way, that is a Laura Mercier shadow stick. I should say that, in the shade Brick. I think I'm going to do a little bit under my eyes. Once again, just blending it in with my Refer number 1. And then I have the shade Wild Rose, which I'm going to apply to my inner corner and inner third of the eyelid. And with the Refer number 2, just kind of work it in. Time to curl my lashes. I'm going to use my Refer lash curler, and then I have my Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerate mascara here that I'm going to put on as well. So I'll see you when I finish doing this. Back with the mascara on, and I had to touch up the brick color eyeshadow that I had put on. I basically did one more little dot and blended it out just like I had before because I had mascara transfer all over my crease, but I fixed it anyways. I'm going to do one last thing to my eyes, and that is use this Laura Mercier bronzy eyeliner and just put it on my waterline because I can't seem to be able to live without putting something on my waterline. See, and every time I just feel like it looks so much better. So there it is. Lastly, for my lips, I'm going to use my Sculpt Side of the medium lip contour from Charlotte Tilbury. Ay, qué niña más linda. Hola. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. And then lastly, by the way, I don't feel the need to put on powder at all whatsoever, which I'm very happy about. Lastly, I'm not finding my pineapple one, so I'm going to use the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve in creme brulee flavor, which is not my favorite, but it's the one that's around. I just really like the freshness of the pineapple one, but I do like the color of this one better, so that's fine. Last but not least, I'm putting some fragrance on. This is the Ellis Brooklyn Salt Eau de Parfum, which is summertime perfection. And I'm just bathing in it. And so here's this very lightweight summertime look. Now let's go to Sephora. Here I am arriving to Sephora about 5 hours later because Evelyn has a cold and she was not in the mood for me to leave the house without her earlier than that. Anyways, got to Sephora, and the first thing I see when I enter is this fragrance display right here with a bunch of featured summer fragrances, and I had to smell a few of them, starting with this Jo Malone Beach Blossom fragrance. To be honest with you, I've already smelled it before. I'm in love. I'm obsessed. I highly recommend, if you ask me what the best new fragrance for summer is, I would say it's this one. It is so good. The only reason I haven't purchased this one is because I want to go to a new Jo Malone store that just opened by my house. The store director is a friend of mine, and so I want to buy it from her. But other than that, fabulous. I also needed to get my nose on this new Kylie Capri in a bottle lemon sugar fragrance. You guys, this smells like lemon drop candy. It smells so sweet and so sugary with the best hint of like fresh lemon to it. It's like lemon flavored candy. I don't have any other way to describe it. It smells delicious. I love it. I'm thinking about whether I want to get a small size of this one for the summertime. And then lastly, I needed to point out this Guava Granita fragrance from Ellis Brooklyn. This was sent to me in PR and I have been obsessing over it. I took it with me to the beach. It smells delicious. It's one of the best new summer scents. Highly recommend you get your nose on it. Next thing that caught my eye was this Dior display right here. They had some lip oils at the bottom, some lip glows in the middle, and the new lip butters right on top, which have a beautiful charm, and low-key that was one of the main reasons I wanted it, so I made the wise decision of stepping away. Okay, but I did swatch them all for you in case you guys are interested. They smell really good and sweet and sugary. Again, did not purchase these, spoiler alert, because I don't need them, but I was very tempted. The charm is so freaking cute, but I just don't feel like that's reason enough to grab them. I guess I would have to see what they feel like on the lips, but for now I just held up. This is what the applicator looks like on them. Of course, I was looking at and swatching the nudist of the shades because that's the one I would have gone for. And this is what all 5 of the shades that I had on display look like swatched on the back of my hand. Really nice. Was very, very tempted, I'm not gonna lie, but I ended up not grabbing these. On this table right here, they were featuring new products, and they had 3 different products that I am very interested in, and I ended up swatching all of it for you later on with all of the shades. They only were displaying some of the shades on the table, so I went to the brands and I swatched so much more than what you see here for you. So just wait later in the video. I'm talking about, of course, the new Dior blushes, the new Makeup Forever sticks that have blushes, contours, and highlighters, and the new Makeup by Mario powder bronzers. Here I grabbed the new Dior stick blushes because I wanted to see and feel for the packaging of them, and I'm not gonna lie, it's really nice. I really like it. It looks very beautiful, very luxurious for sure. I had to run to the Dior gondola so I could swatch all of the new Dior goodies for you. I ended up swatching not just the cream blushes, which I think they had like 6 or 7 shades of them, but also a lot of the powder blushes. I swatched 5 of the powder blushes that are new and reformulated with new packaging, etc. So very excited I could show you that because I wasn't gonna buy all that to bring to my house, you know. Here are the cream blushes swatched, and they swatch very creamy, very pigmented. I'm gonna let you hear me tell you the colors I have on my hand from my footage on the store. Toffee and candy, berry, cherry, pink, and rosewood. I had to make sure you knew how I swatched them because it wasn't in any specific order. Then I swatched the blushes. As you can see, I'm pointing at the fact that they're missing 2 colors on the display. I couldn't find them anywhere, so I couldn't swatch those 2, but I swatched the 5 shades they had right there. So you can see them right here on the back of my hand, and these are in the order in which you see them displayed. So right here near my thumb I have the shade pink, which is so light you can barely see it. Then I have berry, and then right in the middle I have candy, purple pink, and toffee on the left side. Jumping to the Makeup by Mario display, I went straight for the new powder bronzer, and they had all 6 shades there available, so I went ahead and swatched them all for you. I gotta say, I was very impressed at how light these go. I don't feel like a lot of brands make bronzers as light as the light shade of this Mario bronzer is, if I'm going to be honest with you, because it was barely showing up on my skin. So if you have very, very fair skin, this light bronzer from the Makeup by Mario brand might be a good option for you. It's all the way at the bottom there, as you can see, very, very light. And I think my shade would be the third shade from the bottom up, which is the shade medium. And I like that it's not warm, that it has a neutral undertone to it. I wanted to show you guys the beauty studio of this Sephora that I was visiting because I'm obsessed with it. As a former Sephora employee, this is so good, so pretty, so new. This Sephora is new. They've only been open for a couple of months, I think. And they have this humongous, fully stocked Ilia gondola right at the front of the store, and I was looking through everything because I keep telling you guys, I don't know why I never shop for Ilia products, but it doesn't like call to me. I ended up not buying anything still. Let's do something. If you have any Ilia favorites, please drop them in the comment section for me. Moving on to the Tower 28 gondola, and I wanted to show you this one because I found it curious that their new blushes, which have been out for maybe a month and a half to 2 months now, already look different under the light they've been exposed to. So I don't know that they'll be a long-lasting formula to own. Just wanted to point that out. This Sephora has an Estee Lauder end cap, which I love because I feel like not a lot of Sephoras have these. And I wanted to show you guys because I swatched the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer, which I tried recently on my channel, but I have the wrong shade. So the right shade for me would be 2.5C, which is the one I have swatched right at the top. 3C is the one at the bottom on the left, which looks very yellow, not cool at all. Regardless, this is very matte for me, so I wouldn't get it. But if we are shade twins and you're interested in the right shade for you because you do like mattes, full coverage concealers, 2.5C seems to be the right color. Moving on to Merit Beauty and their new skin tint, which has an SPF of 45, and it is a mineral sunscreen with a bunch of shades. Word on the street is you can't do mineral sunscreen for dark complexions because it always shows a white cast, but this goes pretty dark, so we're going to try and see if we can figure that out. I swatched the colors that are around my complexion, and the one on my thumb is 28 Fair, which is a neutral warm. For some reason it says silk, chiffon, cream, and linen. I don't know what that means. Next we have 26, which is Dune slash Sandstone, I guess, and that's 26 Fair Light. It's a neutral cool, I guess. The third color is 24 Light, which is a warm shade. It says Ecru or Ochre. And then the last one I swatched, which was the first one I swatched, which was the darkest, is 22 Light Neutral Cool, and it says Oak or Bisque. I would probably go with 26, which is the second shade, the one that you see the least on my skin, and that's Dune slash Sandstone, and it's a Fair Light Neutral Cool tone. The referencing names are in regards to your shade of the Minimalist. So if you have this and you use it, then you have a corresponding shade in here, and some of them have multiples. So that's what that meant. I actually just swatched them and something interesting happened. So I swatched 26, which is the one I thought would be my shade. And on the back of this hand here, I don't know, I feel like it has a bit of a white cast after I fully blended it out. Here I'm just showing you the back of my hand with the shade 26 swatch, so you can see it has a bit of a white cast, even though the camera is not picking it up as clearly as I could see it in person. But in here I swatched shade 22, which looked much darker than my complexion on the original swatch before blending it out. But ultimately, I think once you spread it, it works better for me because it's not giving me any cast. And then I couldn't find anyone with a dark complexion that would swatch this on the back of their hand. There was nobody around that could help me, but I swatched the darkest shade, and I don't feel like this would give someone with a dark complexion a white cast because it looks very dark. I really wanted to test it out on someone with a dark complexion, so I'm really sorry that I couldn't. Moving on to Makeup Forever, because I had to swatch and try some of their new artist sticks for you, but first I wanted to show you and highlight. Their tints, I've been obsessing over it all summer. It is so lightweight, so natural looking, sinks right in, highly recommended. And I didn't realize how many different shades of these artist color crayons they had. So many different colors. These really will work for everyone and anyone. They have highlighters, they have blushes, and they have colors that would work as bronzy / contour type products. I swatched some of the shades that kind of piqued my interest on the back of the hand for me. Mainly I was very interested in the bronzy brown colors, and then I swatched a couple of highlighters and a blush. But the two shades that really spoke to me the most were this one here, which is called Swanky Mauve. It is so beautiful, just a hint of like a plum to it, and then Wherever Walnut, which is a beautiful bronzy shade that could also kind of be like a toasty blush. I noticed this Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance display right here, and I wanted to show you it because for some reason this brand of fragrance has a special place in my heart. Now I did smell both of these and they are a bit too garden like for me, but the bottles are beautiful. I really hope that you guys enjoyed all of those swatches. I was there for a little while, okay? And I bought some goodies. It honestly seems very little for $170 I spent, but whatever, you'll see them in a haul where I try them all very soon. And right now I'm just going to see if there's anything exciting or interesting at Ulta. I want to try the new Lancome tint if they have it. I was hoping they had it here at Sephora, but I didn't see it. And I don't know what else I want to look for at Ulta. Honestly, the Lancome tint is the only thing in my mind, but we'll see what we find. I made it to Ulta, and honestly, this was a quick trip. There was very little that caught my eye that was new at Ulta. One of the things that caught my eye was this smushy balmy thing from NYX. They have different colors. Here's the thing that I didn't like about them, and the reason I ended up not grabbing any. They all smell different, and I'm a big scent person when it comes to what I put on my lips. And I just, what if I like the color but I don't like the scent, or I like the scent but I don't like the color? It irritated me, so I gave up. The luxury makeup at this Ulta that I go to is top notch. Here's what the Pat McGrath gondola looks like. Beautiful, luxurious. Love the mirror with the hand. I was looking for the glass 001 setting spray. They didn't have it. It's fine. Moving on to Natasha Denona. They have so many of the Natasha Denona palettes, the highlighters, all of the beautiful concealers, etc. This Chanel gondola is what dreams are made of. So luxurious. Not that I'm super obsessed with Chanel makeup, but like it looks nice, it looks beautiful, it looks luxurious. Then they have some Lancome, some Hourglass, Dior on this side, which I didn't get into because I had already done plenty of Dior digging at Sephora before I even got here. But I wanted to show you what this looks like at my local Ulta because I think it looks really, really beautiful. I also thought the new Too Faced mascara display was so fun and so eye-catching. Too bad the mascara sucks. And then I got to the Lancome section where I found exactly what I was looking for, which is the new Lancome skin tint. And spoiler alert, it did come home with me, so I cannot wait to try it. I've been wanting to try this skin tint for like at least a month and a half now, and it's finally mine. I was checking out the drugstore section and two things caught my eye. First one from NYX Cosmetics. They have these new NYX Cosmetics retractable plumping lip liners. I ended up grabbing one, not telling you which shade, but I grabbed one. And lastly, I really wish I could have tried the Glow Reviver Melting Lip Balm from e.l.f., but they only had one shade available and it wasn't the shade I wanted to try, so maybe next time. Editing me here. I just finished the voiceover and editing the video you're watching, and I realized I don't have an outro. I just ran out of Ulta and like just wanted to run home to baby Evelyn. Anyways, here's the outro, I guess. I'm sorry that I look disheveled, but you will see my haul and all of the products I ended up grabbing in the next video. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed that I swatched everything, all that was new and interesting and exciting. So I really hope that helped. That's it. I'm signing out. If you are interested in any of the products I talked about, I have everything linked down below in the description box as per usual, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.